Hello, my name is Rachel from Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is my very first live here on YouTube. I've never gone live before with my podcast. If you find me and follow me with my podcast, you will know about my episodes I release. But this is the first time of doing a live event. I just set it up inside my third party software, and it's already told me that I can't go live on X, so I'm only on YouTube. I didn't know that till I pushed the button to start. So, instead of starting again, we're just going to keep going. Guess what? If you have known me or been following me, you're probably going to get this on an email from me to come and say hello and leave a comment. Please leave me a comment. Let me know you watched. If you listen to my podcast, I've been doing a podcast now for 2 years. It's called Aussie Online Growing on Shopify, all about growing a Shopify e-commerce store here in Australia. But going live is very different. And this, I hope, gives way more interactivity for you guys as listeners to my podcast. Because with a podcast, I like just talk at you. I don't actually get to chat with you more in conversational style or read your comments and get your feedback and things like that. So this live event, I don't know how often I'm going to do them. I will try and do them at least every month, but I'm going to try and work up to once a week. If you follow me, I do a live every week for my Shopify e-commerce store, which I talk about quite a bit in my podcast. So I go live there every week, but this is the first time ever for the podcast doing a live event. So I'd appreciate you subscribing if you're not already a subscriber to YouTube or my Facebook page, or leaving a comment, because I will love to get a comment and be able to reply back to you and know that you stopped in and watched on the replay, because I know some of you will see me on a replay rather than here live in the middle of the day on a Thursday, on a random Thursday. I want to tell you that important things will be in the comments. So there are links there in the comments at the important things for this live. For instance, the link is there to my Facebook page. I encourage you to follow that, because just so sad, and I know this happens to many of us, is my Facebook page got hacked last year. Not hacked, that's the wrong thing. Something happened to it, so they disabled it because I was impersonating someone, which of course was not true, and I haven't been able to get it restored. So I had to start a whole new Facebook page in December, like Christmas Eve, I think it happened, which means I can't go live on Facebook yet. So I have to be around longer on Facebook to be able to go live there for the podcast. So please go and give me a follow. If you get my emails or you listen to my podcast, please go give me a follow on Facebook so I can do live events there and not just here on YouTube. Also, I have a link there in the comments to my brand new offer that is available on my website, which I will tell you briefly about. But I really want to chat with you mostly about the reason for this live. I keep wanting to say episode. It's not episode, it's a live. The reason for this live is because I've just finished recording 4 podcast episodes on this one topic that I want to share with you this morning, which is about setting up your promotional calendar for 2025. So heads up, small business owners, if you're a Shopify store owner, do you have your promotional calendar set up for 2025? This is a crucial part of growing our e-commerce brand and our e-commerce stores, is setting up a promotional calendar. I use the word promotional, but I guess maybe that's a bad word because I don't actually mean discounts necessarily. What I mean is marketing initiatives. What I mean is you as a business owner, or with your team, if you have a marketing team, or if you reach out and work with me, do you have somebody in your team, in your world, or you, who's thinking about the year in advance and what promotions you should be running through the year to get more people to your website? Do you know, if you are in e-commerce in Australia and perhaps you're watching this fairly new to e-commerce, it's quite likely you're fairly new in the e-commerce world, you probably need far more people to your website than what you think to equal the sales you want and to equal some revenue, profit, and like an income for you and your family, and an asset, a business asset for your family. You need probably far more than you think you do. I often get myself caught that I think, surely I've got enough traffic. Why have I not got enough people to get more sales? But if you actually think about the conversion rate, the average conversion rate of an e-commerce store in Australia, which only hovers at around 1%, you can obviously get that way higher than 1%. I'm not saying you can't get it higher, but if it's at 1%, it's not terrible. Then that means you actually need 100 people on your website for one sale every day. So if you had 100 people to your website today and tomorrow and the next day, You could reasonably expect one sale. Can you live off that one sale every day? Probably not. I certainly can't. So we actually need far more people to our website than what we realize to equal a decent wage for ourselves and an actual profitable business, a growing business. I pulled my stats from Shopify for the whole of 2024, and my revenue across the whole year was up 30% on 2023. I was really happy about that. Black Friday, Cyber Monday played a massive role in my revenue being up across the year, but my profit was pretty much the same as 2023. May even been slightly down. I need to look at those stats with my bookkeeper. But my profit, let's say it was the same. My revenue was up 30% through all of last year based off of 2023. But I reckon my profit was basically identical. And there's heaps of reasons for that. But you maybe you have found something similar. I'd love to know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your stats are like end of 2024. How did the year pan out? Where did you end up with at the end of the whole year when you compare it to 2023? If you've been in, business for a few years, if you've been in business for a long time, I'd love to know how you found last year compared to previous years, because you have far more experience in the space over a longer period of time than I do. I've been in e-commerce now for 4 years. I'm going into my 5th year. So it's been a little while, but that's like small fry in the game of building a business is just a few years. So my revenue was up overall, which I was really pleased about. Like I said, Black Friday, Cyber Monday really played a big part in that. But my profit was pretty well identical to the previous year. There were significant costs to my business through 2024 and not enough new customers. So I have a huge portion of repeat customers. Lots of my customers shop often, like shop again and again. So I have a high returning customer rate, which is great. People think it's great. It's actually not great. It's actually not great. My returning customer rate at the end of last year was 80%. So that means 80% of the revenue that I had, I think it looked at December, was from returning customers. That's too high, like far too high. It means my customers, my existing customer base, are getting shopped out. Like they will only be with me for a short period of time and they'll move on. Like we all have that. All our customers stay with us for a little while and move on. And maybe you sell one-off products, in which case then you definitely need more first-time customers. My products are consumable. So my customers can hang around for a couple of years and shop again and again and again. And lots of them do clearly. But I need more first-time customers this year. So I built a promotional calendar. I wonder if I can show it to you. I'll try and I wonder if I can flip this around. I'm a bit worried that's not going to work. Is this going to work if I try and flip my laptop around? I don't want to unplug it. I'm going to screw something up if I do that. I have a promotional calendar on my wall in front of me I'm looking at. It's just a wall calendar. And next to each month of the year is a square. And inside each square is a specific promotional activity I'll be doing for that month that's marketing related to drive traffic to my website, to increase awareness of my brand, get more people to discover my brand, know, like, and trust my brand, and then come on board, join an email list, be nurtured over email, and then eventually shop. So I call it my promotional calendar, but it's really a lead generation activity. And I'll be focusing on that solely this year. That is my single biggest focus for 2025 is lead generation. I'll tell you why, because in 2023, I ran a monthly giveaway. I ran it on social media with a landing page on my website, my Shopify website, which linked to a Klaviyo flow. Please don't run a social media only giveaway. You want something back from these people who are invested in your giveaway. You need an email address. And if they're not willing to give you at least an email address, you really don't want them in the giveaway. You need some exchange. So I ran a giveaway every month for the whole of 2023. When I segment those users inside Klaviyo, because they sat in a different list than my main newsletter list, I segmented those users in Klaviyo across the whole of 2023, the percentage that cohort converted at on Shopify across the year was 10%. 10% of those leads converted to sales across the year for 2023. That lead generation exercise was massively valuable to my e-commerce store on Shopify. Then at the start of 2024, I stopped doing it. Why? I honestly don't even know. I don't even tell you why I stopped doing it at the start of 2024, but I did. I stopped doing a giveaway and I stopped actively doing a lead generation activity of some description. By about 4 months into not doing it, I didn't do it for 6 months probably in total, but about 4 months into not doing it, my metrics really started to suffer badly. The main one was the returning customer rate was going higher and higher and higher, which was telling me, it's like a little red flag constantly reminding me, you need more new customers, you need more new customers, you need more new customers. And I ignored it for about 4 months and still things were getting a little dire. So in the second half of last year, I spent a significant amount of effort on lead generation, and all the things I was doing in my e-commerce store was about top of funnel marketing exercises. You know, your traditional marketing funnel, I know I needed far more users and people in the top of that funnel to convert down to sales, but also to mean those people at the bottom who were converting were going to come back again and again. I knew they would. Lots of them do. That's clearly what happens. That's what the stats in Shopify have already told me anyway. That's not my problem. But I needed more of them in the top to get more of those first time buyers at the bottom. And this year, that is all happening with a combination of marketing initiatives or promotional initiatives that are listed on my calendar. On the left-hand side, next to each month, I have a few of them, so that I know that this year that is a big focus of mine, to look at lead generation, to get more website traffic, more users, more, you know, people to discover my brand and get to know my brand in Australia for e-commerce on my Shopify store. I'm in the craft niche, so I sell crafting things. So I have lots of opportunity to have new products. New products will form a big part of that for me this year, because people love to get new stuff in my niche. I'm my niche. Like, I'm my ideal customer. I love new things, new cute things. I love to collect things. Like, that's easy to do. But a couple of other things I'm doing this year to really drive website traffic and really keep that lead generation part of my business top of mind, so that I'm growing my first time shopper percentage, so that it's my returning customer rate isn't 80% anymore. I really need that closer to like 50% would be achievable, I think, this year. One of the things I'm doing is launching my subscription box twice this year. So I'll do an open cart for my subscription box. I run a closed cart model for my subscription box. I will launch it twice this year with a wait list. So there'll be lots of lead up and joining the wait list. And then the cart will be open for a short period of time, probably a week. And then I'll have a bonus for people who sign up as a new subscriber in the first 48 hours. And my existing subscribers, of course, will get that special gift bonus from me as well, because they are a subscriber. They get first dibs on everything. So because they're already a subscriber, I want to thank them for being so. So they will get something from me. And then new subscribers will join for the first time. That whole exercise across about a month, you know, like a lead, you know, wait list, grow, wait list, push, and then open cart, will absolutely get me more website traffic, more eyes on my brand. My organic social media will perform better. I'll have ads as well, and then I'll get new customers. Even doing something like that, I often find with my e-commerce store, my Shopify store, even new customers will come and shop for the first time, even if they don't become a subscriber. So do you know, just the excitement and the buzz around the brand, the more new things that are out there. I'm on social media more. I'll go live 3 or 4 times during the week as well to chat about it. Then I'll have some new people come and shop for the first time who aren't going to become subscribers, who just want to place their order for the first time as well. So that activity will get me more revenue, will boost my subscribers. I'll get more of them, which helps for the ones who drop off each month, all that sort of stuff. But as a whole, my brand will definitely see a lift. So it will definitely lift my metrics in lots of ways. So it's sort of why it's my main focus for this year. And I guess because it needs so much work. So if you have a subscription box, or you do something like that, or some big marketing promotional activity for your own e-commerce store, you know how much work that is. That is often a serious amount of work involved in promoting, building awareness, and then conversion for any sort of marketing activity. So that's one thing I'm doing. The second thing I'm doing is a giveaway some months, but then other months I'm doing a gift card or a coupon code to shop on my store. I've done that recently, like for the last month, I've actually done a gift card. So it's an ad on social media, pushes people to my landing page. They give me their email address and they get a gift card to shop for their birthday. I'm not keeping track of anyone's birthday, so I want this to be done in Klaviyo automatically. So I'm not giving people a gift card only for their birthday. They join from social media. They'll see the ad, get a gift card. What's your birthday like? Come shop with me for the first time. They come to the website, the landing page, give me their details. Then the Klaviyo flow kicks in and delivers them their gift card to shop with me straight away. And then they can use it straight away or they can save it for their birthday. The great thing about this, which I've really enjoyed, I didn't think this was going to happen, but I found the cost of the ads on Meta to do this promotion, because this is living on Meta. I'm not promoting this gift card anywhere else on email or organic social media. It's just a campaign on Meta that is getting these leads for me to my email list, is that it's almost cost neutral. I don't want to say it's exactly cost neutral because I haven't looked at the figures nitty gritty, but it is almost cost neutral. The cost of the ads running, and combine that with the cost of the gift card I'm giving, which is retail value $20, but that wouldn't be $20 for me out of pocket as a business owner. That's probably like $7 maybe for me out of pocket. So the cost of the gift card I'm giving to people who shop and use their code, and the cost of the ads to find these people on Facebook and Instagram, it's almost a cost neutral exercise when I consider the order value people place when they use their birthday gift card. Couple that with the orders that are coming from Meta. So the people who are shopping from the ad. So some people are shopping from the ad and potentially joining as well to get their gift card. So the cost of both of those things together, it is almost becoming a cost neutral exercise. I'm really stoked about, but it is fatiguing. Like, I can't leave that running for long. I've run Facebook ads now for 4 years. I've spent $120,000 on Meta for my own 2 e-commerce stores. I sold one of those stores in 2023, and I've got the other one that I continue to grow. So I've spent a bucket load of cash of my own money on Meta. So I know a lot about ads, campaign building, structure, strategy, and the metrics to watch and what to change up. So I always try and test new things with Meta because of all the features they release all the time. And some of them you just have to go with and try and see what happens. Some of them you just have to shelve and go back to for another day when you can afford the experiment, because some just tank and perform terribly, and other ones do really well. If you run ads, it's like a bit of a mixed bag. But the ads are fatiguing. So I cannot run this sort of promotion indefinitely, but I don't plan to. I'm going to swap it out for a giveaway next. I just want to be always running something on Meta that is getting me these customers. My customers are on Facebook and Instagram primarily. And sure, they are here on YouTube and they're on TikTok as well. But at the moment, I'm not dedicating time or energy or resources to learning ads on YouTube or on TikTok yet. I know that time will come, because I feel a bit like sometimes all my eggs are in one basket with Meta. Maybe you feel a bit the same as well. Let me know if you run ads, what platforms you run them on for your audience and your potential customers or your customers. What platform are you running your ads on? You need to be running some sort of ads. You just do. If you have an e-commerce store, unless you are famous and you are already a well-known person and brand, and then you launch yourself into e-com world, then that's a whole nother story. You're not listening to me for advice, that's for sure. But if you are starting out in e-commerce and you are not famous, like most of us, and you're just trying to build an audience and build a business for your family, you need to decide an ad budget, because that becomes your advertising budget. Like, you need to be driving traffic to your website for yourself. And that comes fundamentally with some basic budget decision from you of what you want to invest in ads somewhere. Google ads, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, ads somewhere to get you traffic, because you cannot find that organically anymore, just organic traffic. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to grow a business with organic social media for 10 years before I see results. I'm just not interested in doing that. You need paid traffic. You need to get the volume of users to your brand. Like I said at the start, you probably need far more people to be finding and seeing your brand and viewing your content, visiting your website once and maybe coming back again, getting to know, like, and trust. You need far more of those people than what you realize to actually equal some sustainable, predictable revenue for you and your family. And I get really disheartened when I follow plenty of local creators and local small businesses. I'm sure you do as well. And a couple of them, I particularly, I see it on TikTok. It makes me sad for them, really sad. Is this sense of desperation that comes across through the camera. So when I see a fellow small business owner who I followed for 3 years, she shut her business last year, 2024, and I had followed her to watch her journey, and I shopped from her a couple of times. To watch the last 6 months of her on TikTok and sharing there's a fine line between sharing real life and real life and then becoming too emotionally, what's the word? Emotionally burdening your potential customers. There's a line, I believe there's a line there. And I really felt for her. She was having a real struggle in her business. And and some of her videos in the last few months were really desperate. Like, please support me. This is super hard. I'm not sure if I can keep going. Like, I hate for anyone to get to that place. I don't want to get to that place either. But some of that can be mitigated by you taking control of the traffic for yourself. So pay for ads, write blog posts, get better SEO, change your product description, your alt tags, go live like this to nobody. Like, no one is seeing me live, but I know this is the start of a long-term play. I went live for the first time with my e-commerce store in 2022, maybe 2021, probably 2021, late 2021. And it's been a game changer for my business. My business is built from going live. That has played a key part in the rhythm of my business. People finding me online, chatting to my customers in comments, so many things. So going live here with you as my podcast for the first time and getting better at it, because the first time I went live with my e-commerce store, I can tell you it took me, I wrote a script, I had talking points, I was setting up, I was thinking about it for days, and I was sweating. I felt physically ill. And today I'd started going live just on a whim because I'd finished recording some podcasts and I figured, well, I've got makeup on and I'm sitting here set up anyway, I might as well do it. And it's not connected properly. It's only going live on YouTube. It didn't work for X, but oh well. I don't feel stressed about it at all. Some of these things you just need to do and just continue to do them. Like, just continue to do them because the payoff is there over a period of time. And that's, no one wants to hear that, but it's so true. So I encourage you to put together some calendar for yourself. Think of some ways to drive some traffic to your own e-commerce store if you are struggling with traffic. And you might know if you're struggling with traffic based off of, like I said, the marketing funnel. If you are getting one sale a day and you have 100 people to your website, that's probably good. Like, you should be really stoked with that. You might not get much more better than that without driving more people at the top to begin with. So don't always think that I just need more sales. I'm terrible at business. No one likes my products. No one wants my stuff. That actually may not be true at all. It's just that not enough people are seeing your things. Not enough people are being invited into your small business world and your brand and what you stand for and what you sell and what you do. So sometimes the I need more sales problem isn't actually I need more sales. That can be maybe the outcome that you feel viscerally because you can't pay your bills. But the actual issue is potentially not enough traffic at the top of that funnel to begin with. And going live is one way to get more traffic. There are many ways to do it. My promotion calendar this year that's set up has many ways that I'll be driving traffic for my own e-commerce store this year. I'd love to see my revenue increase 30% again, but I want to see a profit increase for 2025, not just a revenue increase. I'm rapt to see my revenue is up 2024 based off of 2023, but the profit wasn't up. This year, I want to see a revenue increase and a profit increase for 2025. And driving more traffic to my website is like priority number one, lead generation activities through a mixture of things. So subscription box launch, like a giveaway on social media to a landing page. I'm also doing things like grab bags or mystery bags, a gift with purchase. I'm doing, what else am I doing? New product launches, $10 Tuesdays. That's fun. So for 1 month, every Tuesday, one product will be $10. One product, one day, just for the 1 month. So there'll be 4 products across the month, and each of them only gets 24-hour window of time to be on sale for $10. I did that last year from a podcast episode I listened to. Somebody suggested that as an idea, what they did. And it was so much fun. It went so well. And I got heaps of new customers. Sometimes your customers are lurking and watching what you're doing and not shopping yet. So sometimes a promotion, even though you don't like to give discounts maybe, or offer things free or whatever, all those things about being a cheap brand. None of us want to be a cheap brand. unless you want to build like a Cheapest Chips or Ned's or Reject Shop, that's different. But if you don't, then that's valid. But do pick some key times through the year you are willing to invest in some promotion, because there's probably customers that are sitting on the edge and they just need the reason to shop with you for the first time. And then your existing customers will lap it up. Like the existing customers you have will come back again and again. So if your returning customer rate on Shopify is low, which low I would say is anything under 25%. If your returning customer rate on Shopify is under 25%, you've got lots of room to grow that efficiently too, really cost effectively. There is revenue sitting there waiting for you to mop it up. I 100% can tell you that is the case. So I encourage you to pick a couple of promotions to do this year and put them on your calendar and then work towards those, knowing that is a lead generation activity. That is work you are doing with your resources, your time, your talent, and some money invested in ads or whatever you plan to do, and email marketing to drive more traffic to your website, get your sessions up, which will get your add to carts, initiate checkouts, and purchases up. We know that people who shop who visit your website in a short period of time are more likely to shop. So lots of these promotions, like the $10 Tuesday, I saw that on Tuesday, so the Tuesday of each month last year in November, my traffic was double the Monday of each month, each week. So say the first Tuesday of November, my website sessions was double what it was the day before on Monday. And then the second week in November on Tuesday, my website sessions was double what the sessions were the day before on the Monday of the second week, et cetera, et cetera. So it was absolutely worth my time. And I promise it'll be worth your time too, something like that. And remember, there is always a mathematical equation at the back of this. If you only have 100 people who come to your website, and you're disappointed with one sale, don't be disappointed with one sale. That was no fault of you. It doesn't say anything about you as a person or business owner. It's just a mathematical problem. You just need more in the top. You just need to chuck more leads, more potential customers, more people to find you in the top of that funnel. And then you can expect larger results at the bottom of that. I think probably should say goodbye now. Like, I've chatted to you for nearly half an hour. I can't believe how easy it is just to chat about this stuff. When I sit down, when I write a podcast episode, I've typed it up and then I've recorded 4 of them off the back of each other. I thought I'll just jump on live and chat about the same topic as well. And I'll send this on an email. So if you're on my email list, you'll probably be able to come and say hello. Leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment. Let me know you watched. I'd love to know who watched and where you were watching from. That would make me so happy. And if you feel inclined, please go and like my Facebook page, my new one, so that I can go live on there at some point as well. That would be great. I really appreciate that. Let me quickly tell you about the offer before I go, hey, because you'll also see that in the links there to the comments to my offer. If you book a discovery call before the end of February 2025, I have a special offer at the moment, which is 50% added value for free. If you book a discovery call is free, and we can chat about your email marketing and your Facebook ads and what you need next in your business, depending how long you've been around online for. At the moment, I'm offering a special bonus, a 50% added value free, which is some work on your Klaviyo pop-up or an audit of your Klaviyo pop-up. It's worth $200 and it's free from me to you if you book an ads management package with me in the next couple of months. The only thing you need to do to activate this offer is book your discovery call before the end of February. I can work with you in February, March, or April or May. It doesn't matter when you choose to work with me. If you want to, and you want me to run your ads for 30 days for you, then it doesn't matter when you choose to do that, but you just need to book your discovery call in February, before the end of February, to take advantage of this offer. Let me tell you why this is my latest offer, is this free Klaviyo pop-up work. And I will actually read to you why. I wasn't going to, but I'm worried I'm going to say it wrong if I don't. But I want to read to you why this is the offer I deliberately built for this year, like early this year. It's actually based off of some work I did for some clients at the end of 2024 that I knew this was going to be valuable work and a valuable add on to my Meta Ads Management package. So forgive me for sort of reading it to you, but I kind of want to get the details correct so you understand why I'm doing this. This offer is only available if you book your free discovery call by Friday, February 28, 2025. In 2024, email marketing contributed 36% to my overall revenue. So, my own e commerce store, through the whole of 2024, email marketing made up over a third of my total revenue. It wasn't just a nice to have, it was a game changer for my business. That's why I know firsthand how powerful it can be when your email list works alongside your paid ads. Last year, I worked with lots of clients who didn't have a way to capture the traffic we were driving with ads. So when you drive drive traffic with your ads, with me or however you do your ads, you're driving traffic, but you want to plug that leaky bucket. People come to your website and most will do nothing apart from visit and go away, and you'll never see them again. But if you have a pop-up, you have one way of inviting them into your ecosystem and staying connected with them via email over time. And then they convert as you nurture them and build that relationship with them as they know, like, and trust your brand over time. So last year I worked with lots of clients who didn't have a way to capture that traffic we were driving with ads. So it felt to me like a massive leaky bucket. I felt like, man, I'm driving all this great traffic to their website. It's targeted traffic. They're good leads. I can see in Google Analytics how long they're hanging around for. This is great traffic, but there's no pop-up on their website, or their pop-up was old or just needed some updating, or there was no flow off the back of it. So it was leaking through. Like, if you're going to run paid ads, you want to try and plug that leaky bucket to make the most of this money you're spending on ads to get this really good traffic. So that made me certain that that was the next offer I wanted to give you guys. If you book to work with me with a 30-day Meta Ads Management package, I wanted to give you that free value. It's valued at $200 for me to work with your Klaviyo pop-up. It needs to be Klaviyo. It could be another. I know there are lots of other email service providers around there, but honestly, Klaviyo is the gold standard. And for this specific offer, I really need to be inside Klaviyo, so I know I can do all the different detail, the targeting, where it shows up, how it shows up, what it looks like, where it goes to in Klaviyo, and all that sort of work in the back end. Other email service providers just don't give the sort of detail and adaptation or adaptability that Klaviyo does. So this offer is if you have a Shopify store and a Klaviyo account. I really encourage you to go to my website and book yourself a free discovery call. And then there's no obligation, but if you choose to go ahead and book a Meta Ads Management package with me, and I will manage your Meta Ads and your campaigns for a month, a 30-day window. I'm not an agency, so you don't have to be locked in with a big retainer. This is achievable for a small business owner. I need this to be achievable for someone who's starting out online or who has a bricks and mortar and wants to grow more online. Then this is the package for you. I can manage your ads for 30 days. You can have a budget every day, even as small as a cup of coffee. You can get some results. It all depends on your goals and what you expect. That's honestly the only difference. If somebody tells you have to spend $100 a day in e-commerce on Meta Ads to succeed, that's not true. Unless you're a multi-million-dollar brand, like, that's just different. It's different. It depends on you and your business. And I'm so well equipped. It's absolutely my specialty to chat with you in where your business is up to and chat about your goals and what your next step should be, depending on the things you want to achieve in your business. And take some of this marketing work off your plate that you know needs to be done. But hello, you're only one person often, or a small team, and you potentially only do this part-time as well. You may not even be full-time in your business. So I understand the struggle, and that's why I'm here to support you. And that's why that's the special offer I have at the moment, is the Klaviyo pop-up work. Because a couple of clients I worked with last year, I ended up adding this into their Meta Ads package for them and did this work anyway, because I saw the value in driving this great traffic and knowing a lot of it was leaking out the bottom. I'm like, why aren't we capturing these leads somewhere? This is so sad. So I want you to succeed with your ads. I want you to get value from your ads, good quality from your ads, sales, revenue, and grow an email list that's actually an asset to your business. Email is worth money. I've sold an e-commerce store in 2023, a very small one. I made a little bit more probably than broke even, but I was experimenting. I'm new in the e-commerce world. Back then, I'd only been doing it for like 18 months. So The email list I sold with that business absolutely contributed a huge amount to its value. So building your email list is always a good idea, and particularly when you are driving ads, because you get so much more traffic. That's what you want when you got ads going. You get so many more people to know and become visible and learn about your brand. Then please take the opportunity to capture those people as well. So if you don't have a pop-up, go ahead and build one. And there's ways of doing it that aren't spammy. I have a podcast episode all about it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have a pop-up or not. Do you have one? And are you with Klaviyo or with another email service provider? I'd love to know. I'd be super interested to know. That's the offer I have running at the moment. The way you activate it is just by booking a free discovery call. You don't need to do anything else. Just book your free call. You can put it right in my calendar. We can chat about your business and then the next steps forward. And if you choose to take me on for a 30-day project window with your Meta ads, you'll get this Klaviyo work included for free, which is worth $200. So 50% added value on top of the Meta ads package just for you guys if you book your call before the end of February. Thanks for watching. I hope I get to see a few of you on the replay. This is exciting for me. And like I said, it's so funny to do a live, a couple of years after starting lives for the very first time in my e-commerce store, where I was scared to death. It was so freaky. I was so stressed out about it, and not at all stressed out about it doing it now for the podcast. It just feels like the natural next step. So if I see one of you on a replay, or none of you, or 10 of you, or 100 of you on a replay, like, I'm all good. This will be, I don't know how regular, but this will be something that becomes a consistent part of Aussie online growing on Shopify in 2025. And I need to become less meta dependent. I knew that when I lost my page last year, hence why I'm definitely happy to be on YouTube for live. And obviously X is not going to work at the moment, probably because my account's too new. And Facebook, clearly, because my account's too new as well. But that's okay. I'll work that out as I go along. And I'll be on YouTube in the meantime. Follow along, subscribe. I'll leave the links there in the comments to the bits and pieces you need from today. I guess I should sign off. I don't know how to sign off. How should I sign off? What do I call this live? It's called Shopify Business Owner Pep Talk. I need to sign off something like that. Hey, thanks for joining me at Shopify Business Owner Pep Talk. Something like that. Have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.